Welcome back to Meet Your Professors. Today we're in front of the Student Success Center in the basement of Parks Hall. Today we have two more professors for you guys to meet. Let's go see what they have to say.
So my name is Max Barahona. I've been teaching here in the business school in the marketing department. I've been teaching for only almost a year, but before I was teaching also in the communication department several times in instances because I live in France, in Europe most of the time, but I come and teach here too. So this quarter I'm teaching personal selling, I'm teaching AI marketing, and I'm teaching also an MBA course which is named Introduction to AI for Managers, which is basically a general idea and also specific about what AI is and how can we use it in the context of managers. But it's the same with AI marketing, which we take what AI is, you know, the limitations, the hype and the fear, and then also kind of like what are the uses currently being implemented using AI, and yeah, students go hands-on and they practice different things with it. So I'm looking at my supposedly very good, let's say, review on RateMyProfessor. So it's quality is 4, difficulty 3, which is interesting. Normally it's the opposite. And it says, honestly, he isn't that horrible. That's as good as I go. Yes, just follow his rubrics word for word and do what they ask for and you'll be fine. All right. I feel like the bad reviews are from communication majors who aren't used to taking difficult classes. Ooh, you heard that? And the only graded thing every week are 2 discussion posts, so it makes sense that he expects a lot of work to be put into them. All right, yeah, I mean, what I can say, yeah, definitely, the bad, because I have really bad RateMyProfessor reviews, and I totally understand it's like the big chunk of them is from the COVID period, and I was teaching online, and nobody was happy, they were not happy, I was not happy. I mean, in the beginning it was really good, it went really well, because it turns out that I knew how to teach online. I do have some, experience and learning, skills on it. But it was really difficult. People were tired. I totally get it. Okay, honestly, he isn't that horrible. I like that. Okay, that's good to end with a good one. So quality 5, difficulty 4. Good. Max is the best! Exclamation point. Thank you. People often complain that his grading style is too unconventional, but actually I found it easier to pass and excel in his class. All you have to do is attend class, listen to his lectures, and read his rubrics. You will barely have any assignments, so your participation matters a lot. That is absolutely true. Max forever. Well, obviously there's this very important concept called alignment, and it's not just me, every professor, every job is the same. Aligning expectations with your performance, I guess. So this student got it really well. That's why he likes it, and I like what he's writing about me. Makes sense. We're aligned. Participation is important. Be there. Attend the class. Listen to the lectures. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what it is. And but it's not for everybody. I totally get it. It's really hard to make everybody happy, and I would be suspicious if everybody was happy. Also suspicious if everybody wasn't happy, something in between, I guess, but hey, that makes me feel good. He made my day. Okay, so I'm looking at another one. This is not really flattering. So quality 1, difficulty 1. So that was easy, but I was hard, I guess. Whoa, this is literally the most awful professor I have ever taken in my entire life. Okay. I am an A or B student. Ooh, maybe that's the issue. And fail, that's with capitals, his class. All right. I'm not kidding when I say he literally does not respond to your email or questions. The questions I do answer, the emails, it is true, not really good at it. Will not answer why you got graded so low. Okay. Sorry, I think that I did, but you never know. Only 4 assignments for the whole class that are very unclear. Please, this is capitals, do not take him, me. Yeah, like I said, I don't know where this is from, but listen, that's what we have RateMyProfessor. I don't read them lately, but it's good once in a while to go back there and see. So I failed this student. I'm gonna be proud of it. Anyway, Okay, this is like a sort of intermediate, still low quality, to difficulty 4. All right, it says, oh Max, where to begin? Oh, I like that. Goes off topic in lectures often. Absolutely true. Although there's a method to my madness. Minimal things he grades on, which sucks. Not easy to reach, no guidance, your group project assignments, some dense materials on Marxism and philosophy. Yeah, they tend to be dense. If you participate every week, you will do okay. That's true, but really tough to get an A. Also true. If you can adapt to your prof easily, you will get used to it. So the important thing about it, and it's related to what I said in these interviews, is that, for instance, right there, depending where I teach, in France, nobody gets an A, for instance. I'm not saying that justifies not giving an A here in the States, but it's fascinating to hear in the States expectation. I'm not judging, it's a fact, it is an A. And in France, nobody gets an A. Actually, if I give a student an A overall in a class, probably my bosses will call me and they will ask me why, because they're not expected to get an A. You know, something like a B plus would be champagne bottle. Anyway, yeah. So what drew me to the marketing department at Western? So I wrote a little booklet on how to implement and adopt AI just last year, and I was here a summer ago, I guess, and I met, like accidentally, sort of, the dean, the associated dean, and then the director, the chair of the marketing department at Law. And we're talking about my book, and we're talking about AI and how this is a new area, not just here at Western, but everywhere. But at Western, what drew me here is that, well, first that they needed somebody like me, I guess. But like I said before, I've been teaching at Western different times through the years. And Western is an interesting mix of, like, it's small but also big, like at least they're open to new things. And it's been a very good experience with my students actually here. So even though I didn't know them at the time, rapidly I really enjoy the students in the business. So my favorite class to teach and why? Well, I do teach international marketing, I do teach personal selling, and I do teach AI in different forms, including the MBA program and the marketing department, and I will be teaching that also for other departments here in the business school. My favorite class, I love international marketing, to be honest with you. First, because I have 3 passports, I live in different continents and countries. I even currently living in France for the last 18 years, and I go back and forth between the States and France. International marketing is important to me because I also used to co-found and own international businesses. One in particular, we import coffee from Ethiopia, from Africa, and then sell it in different markets in Europe. So it's something that actually is my normal life, I guess, and I do have experience teaching it, but also doing it. And like I said, this is who I am. But AI, for the last 2 years, I've been working really diligently and developing those skills, and I'm naturally drawn by technology. Lover, I guess, to some extent, but I'm also very critical. AI is new, and very few people are, everybody is very excited about it or very fearful of it, but very few people really are, have had the chance to have access to it. So I guess that's my call right now, to actually go and share with my students what I know, which of course is not everything, but that, and also just to close it, related to the other, what I just mentioned about international marketing, that I do know, because I live in Europe and here, and also in Latin America, I know how AI, like any other subject, depends where you are, and there's like different, legal and cultural constraints. Yeah, I guess that I love it all. I don't know. So all the places where I have taught. So I have taught, first of all, in many different countries. In Chile, I was born there, and I live a part of my life, a third of my life there. So in Chile, in Ecuador, in Mexico, here in the States, in Spain, Barcelona, in Canada. I did a couple of things in Croatia too at the time, so I've been all over the place. England, I had an opportunity as well. They're all different, they're all exciting. To me, the most fascinating thing is always encounter colleagues from different cultures and students from different cultures, and to teach these things, right? Like AI marketing or marketing in general, international marketing, communication and so on in different contexts is always fascinating. There's always more than just a twist. I need to be very aware of that. And my students, that's the first thing that I do is like to tell them that, you know, I need to switch my intercultural switch, I guess, to make sure that we understand each other. So yeah, many places, different languages too. I teach in Spanish, English, French, and others. So yeah, it's great. My biggest student success story. Well, I have a few. Okay, the first one, which you can check this, double check because people will not believe it, but the current president of Ecuador was my student. Daniel Novoa. He was my student, and he was a good student. He also happens to be the son of the richest man at the time in Ecuador. His father is dead now, I don't know what, but I was there at the time. Now that's kind of like you can't top that, that would be very hard. Here at Western I have a few. One of them is actually Brian, one former student of mine, who was always very, very motivated, and he ended up even being my instructor in windsurfing because he was working in the Lakewood sail area facilities. He became my student. He was my student a couple of years, and then just lost track of him, but he founded, created, and now he's leading the community boat, Fairhaven Community Boat Center, I think, which is a place where, and this is what he told me just a few weeks ago, we were exchanging, having a beer together, and he's married now and soon to be a father, but he was telling me how he decided to create this as a way to share his passion for sailing and share with people that underserved people, people that normally, children especially, that will not have access to sailboats or sailing, which tends to be an expensive activity. So he's very successful doing that. He's very happy, which is to me is the most important measure of success, I guess. You can measure different races. So how happy he is and how happy he seems. So yeah, we became friends back then, and we're even more friends now than there's no this professor-student relationship. But that's one of them. I have many, but I think that's very good. So my office hours and the location. I just learned that my office number is 432 in the business school, 4th floor. And I have office hours right before class on Mondays and Wednesdays, so that's 11 to 12. And at 12, I go to my class. So of course, you can always reach me, send me an email, which according to the reviews I may not respond, which is actually true. So you know what, you actually should probably come here, or you can always reach me normally in LinkedIn too as well. I'm there, so but I'm here to help.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's video. Catch us next time to get to know more of your professors. And make sure to follow WWU Marketing on Instagram and TikTok at WWU Marketing Students. Bye!